Hey guys, it's Jeff Johnson, and welcome to video number 2 of step number 1. Today's video is called Non-YouTube Market Research Tools and Resources. Now, here's what to expect today. It's a continuation of video number 1. So in video number 1, we actually talked about doing your market research inside YouTube itself. Today we're going to take some of those very same concepts, but we're going to apply them to some non-YouTube keyword resources and tools that we also use for market research. So it's very important that you've watched video number 1 because some of the concepts we've already covered and I won't redefine them for you again. So if you get lost, just remember, go back to video number 1, or better yet, watch video number 1 first before you start this video. And this is just one of an entire series of YouTube marketing research tutorials. Now, here's a quick recap from video number 1. In video number 1, we talked about why you should use YouTube for market research, and we actually used YouTube to start our market research itself. We're trying to figure out if anyone is making money in a particular market on YouTube, because if they're not, why waste your time? Also, we're looking for new ideas on how to market your existing products on YouTube, or even new marketing ideas for new products. We're looking for ideas for creating new videos for your channel and also spying on your competition. And one of the most important things that we should be collecting as we go through this market research is that we're looking for potential JV partners or affiliates to sell your products and services, because that's one of the best sources of sales in the entire world. So as long as you're doing your market research, write those things down as well. And we're looking for potential products to promote as an affiliate, because as I told you, I make about 7 figures a year, or at least I should say I earn 7 figures a year selling other people's products as an affiliate. I don't always get paid everything they owe me, but I still get paid a really big chunk of change. So you should always be continuously looking for new ideas, not just for your own products and services, but for products to promote as an affiliate. Now, here are some of the tools that we're going to touch upon, and these are the tools that we use ourselves. We're using them to find a high level of demand by buyers outside of YouTube itself. So we want to see if they're talking about this stuff. We want to see if anyone's actually spending money advertising in that market. We want to find where these people hang out in their forums or on their blogs, and we want to get inside their minds and learn what they're thinking and try to figure out if we can sell them something. How should we approach the sales process itself? So here's a list of some of the tools that we use. If you want to pause the video, go ahead, or download the PDF. This will all be in there for you. But let's go ahead and get started. Take a look at some of these things. Now here's an example of Google Trends. This is where we're looking for trends in the marketplace. And this particular example is for a search that I did for the phrase how to knit. And that's one of the phrases we used in video number 1. You'll notice that there seems to be a very downward trend in this subject, and then it flattens out. And then in between the downward trend and the flattening out of the trend itself, there are peaks and valleys, which means it's cyclical in nature. Throughout the year, people pick it up knitting, and then they drop off the knitting again, and they pick it up. So it goes up and down and up and down. Generally speaking, this is not what we're looking for in a market. We don't want to see a downward trending or flat market. That doesn't mean we won't go into it, but we'd love to see more of an upward trending market itself, at least for high growth. Which brings us to the next example that inside Google Trends, and this is actually a trend for the phrase how to make money online, which once again is something we talked about in video number 1. This has a very solid upward trend, which is good. This thing keeps going higher and higher and higher every year. And what's interesting is it's higher now than it was back during the biggest part of the recession in 2008 and 2009. So it started going higher, higher, and higher. So it really tells us that this is a great opportunity for a growth market. So that's just another thing that we want to write down. Take a screenshot of these trends and put it on your YouTube market research PDF that I gave you as part of video number 1. Now, something else we want to do is we want to get into the mind of these people. We want to see what kind of ads are being shown. We want to see what kind of offers are being made. And we just want to see how these people think. Because when you're writing copy, when you're writing offers, you want to get into the inside the mind of those people that you're targeting. So a good way to do that is to find blogs. Because blogs will tell you what kind of offers they're making to the people, what the pricing structures are. You'll be able to see the comments and how people think in this particular marketplace. And you'll get to see what kind of advertisements are being made or what kind of products are being sold or landing pages are being used. So go over to a tool. It's called Technorati.com. This is the world's largest blog search engine. And I've been using this thing for more years than I can remember, at least, I think 7 or 8 at least. It's very powerful. So we go over there, we pop in a keyword phrase, how to make money online, boom. Up come all these results. Go to each one of these sites, keep track of what you're looking at using the PDF I gave you in video number 1, and start writing these things down. Some of the other hot spots you want to look for here are for tags for people, the top 100s, or just start searching around the blogosphere itself. So Technorati.com is a very powerful tool for you to use for your market research. Now, something else that's important for market research are forums. People are still very active on boards. They used to be called message boards. Now they're really called forums. Here is a search engine. There's several that are available. This one is called boardreader.com. If you go over here, pop in your phrase, it turns up a list of the forums. You want to go visit those sites and keep track of the information that we spoke about in video number 1. So here I did a search for knitting. You'll see that we came up with 518 forums that specifically discuss the topic of knitting. Then the next thing you might want to do is you want to take a look at some of the top magazines that are available. Open up the magazines, take a look at what people are selling, look for new ideas for new articles to write, or more specifically in your case, which types of videos you may want to create. Look at what these people are buying, what's being sold in the magazines. So I went over to Google search, just the regular search engine, and I popped in the phrase knit magazine, and it came up with all of these results. It says 19 million results. Trust me, there are not 19 million knitting magazines, but there's more than I thought. You'll actually see people are advertising for the phrase knitting magazines, and that's something that we talked about in video number 1. So what you want to do is visit these websites, take a look at it if you can, maybe even order a couple of the magazines if you're that serious about the market, and start reading the magazines and see exactly what it is. Something else that you can do with these magazines is you can find out who owns the mailing list, the physical mailing list, or even the email mailing list for these magazines. And then you can contact them and see if you can place an ad in the physical magazine itself or in the email newsletter. So SDRS, that's all the type of stuff that we do in direct marketing. I'm not going to cover it here, but it's a good idea if you know anything about renting lists. This is a great way to find opportunities to rent new lists. Now here's another example of Alexa.com. Alexa.com is actually owned by Amazon.com. They've got a huge search engine. They're out there crawling the web religiously, and it's a great source of market research information. So what I did is I went over there and I typed in the phrase knitting, and it popped up a list of the sites that are related to the topic knitting. And it gives me a ranking, and it tells me out of all the sites in the entire world, how high does this site rank? So it means out of the millions and millions of websites, in this one example, the first one has a ranking of 96,000. That means that there are 96,000 websites that rank higher in this world than this one. But in the knitting category, I would say being in the top 100 sites, 100,000 sites, is really, really good. So they're doing a good job there. It also tells you some suggested keyword phrases that people are using when they're searching for these particular websites. So what you want to do is take these keywords and put them into your PDF file that you've been keeping as part of video 1 and now video number 2. Those are potential keywords to use as your tags when you're optimizing your videos. They're potential keywords to use for coming up for topics when you're creating videos for this market. If you decide to create videos for this market, they're tags that you can use when you're writing your descriptions or even your blog posts. Something else to do when you're Alexa is check out the top sites. Those are the most popular sites in the entire world. Also, if you want to see what's trending, click on the tab that says what's hot, and it'll give you the 50 hottest websites or more in each individual category, and it's a fantastic tool to use. Now, moving on, we've all heard of Google's free keyword tool. If you don't know where it is, just search for Google's free keyword tool. Plain and simple. Don't use anyone else's. Make sure it's the Google proper tool. They change the URL every once in a while, so just search Google free AdWords keyword tool. Basically, it's a part of their AdWords system. They give it to you to use, so hopefully you'll do your research and then set up some ads and spend some money with them. It's probably the keyword tool. It is, I'm sorry, I take that back. It is without a doubt the keyword tool I use more than any other keyword tool because it's quick, it's easy, and it gives me a lot of insights into my research, both market research and keyword research. Now, all you have to do is type in a phrase that you want to search for. This is how to knit. You can type in 10 phrases, it doesn't matter, and it'll spit out a series of results. But something that most people don't use, and they should, is that under the advanced options and filters section in the keyword tool itself, there's an area where you can filter by the approximate CPC, which is cost per click. Now, we talked about cost per click in video number 1. And it's important. The more money they spend per click, the more competition there is for that phrase, the more potential money there is for people making out there in that particular market. Because if they're spending more on an ad per click, then that means they're probably making more money. Also, I talked about how if you're looking for market ideas to enter into a market where your monetization strategy is to actually sell advertising space, let's say showing Google ads in your videos, then the higher the cost per click, the more money you'll make per click as an advertising partner with both YouTube and Google. So you can filter by the approximate CPC, and boom, when you click that number, it spits out a list of words, and those words are based on anything over and above, well, in this example, it's anything that has a cost per click over and above $1 per click. Then it came out with its results. There's quite a few results in the knitting area where people are willing to spend more than $1 to get a single click for knitting. And you'll notice on the keyword search results, generally speaking, the higher the level of competition that they list, the more money they're spending per click, which is a good thing. We want competition when we're doing our market research. We want other people to be in the market knowing that they're making money. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. But then what we'll do in the second phase of our step of our research, which is keyword research, we'll talk about how we can then identify words that are easy for us to go after, to create videos for, to grab that low-hanging fruit and actually grab some of that traffic that's out there. Now remember, what's interesting is in video number 1, I showed you some of those knitting videos have 4 million views and thousands of thumbs up likes. So people really like their knitting for some strange reason. Now, if you want a more specific cost per click estimate, all you have to do is log into your AdWords account and then act like you're starting to set up a campaign. And before you even finish setting up the campaign, it will allow you to estimate what your cost per click will be on those particular keyword phrases. So on the screen right now, you see where it says add to the account. Choose the keywords that you want, click add to the account, and it will actually collect those keywords for you, and you can go straight into your AdWords account and then start acting like you're setting up an ad. You don't have to actually set the ad up and make it go live, but as you're creating the ad, it will then give you a very specific cost per click estimate for those particular keyword phrases. And this is all the type of stuff that we looked at in video number 1, so I think I'll leave it at this point. Now, here are your action items for today's videos. First, grab your YouTube Market Research Ideas PDF that I gave you in video number 1. It's available for download below video number 1. Hopefully my staff will also put it here for you below video number 2, but you should already have it. The best thing to do is take it for what you started with in video number 1, because I had you do an action item there, and take that same PDF file and continue on by doing today's research using today's tools. So spend another 30 minutes using the tools that I just shared with you and write down any new potential ideas that you come up with as a result of today's research. And in case you forgot or you didn't look at video number 1, these are the type of things that you're recording inside of the YouTube Market Research Ideas PDF that I gave you. You're looking for ideas for marketing new products. You're looking for ideas for new videos. You're trying to figure out who your competition is, your potential JV partners and affiliates. You're also looking for potential products to promote as an affiliate yourself, because that's a huge extra revenue source for you. So that's it for today, folks. Coming up next is video number 3 of step number 1. Video number 3's title will be using CJ.com to spy on your competition. I've done this for some of my other training programs before. This is a brand new tutorial. However, the ones I've done in the past, people absolutely love this tutorial. So keep an eye out for video number 3. My name is Jeff Johnson, and we'll talk again very, very soon.